Mama's got 3 other mouths to feed, and Daddy broke out 5 years ago. Things get heavy, but Mama's a rider, working day and night trying to take care of home. He don't wanna see the tears in her eyes when she's thinking about how hard she tried.
To the live list.
Any day could be out in the street. Seems like kids ain't ever gonna meet. So he's old enough to know the right choices to make, but young enough.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Live List Internet Radio Show. You're listening to Honey Anderson, number 10 on the countdown. It's not really an order. We're just playing some music. We got some good conversation for you tonight. Special guest Sharita Gamble, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. We got a lot of interesting things to talk about, some great music, so you guys kick back. And I'm going to give it away to host DJ Clip, Shanata RR.
Ghetto story. Baby boy stays out all night grinding, coming home with a few grocery bags. Tommy and Kim got brand new kicks, and funny these days he ain't hurting for cash. But that don't mean that Mama don't worry. Every time he walks out the door, she don't ask how he goes about it. She only prays God, please get him safely. Kissing on the cheek, say son, be careful. Never thinking that it'd be a last goodbye. No, ever since the day that she got that phone call, when she think about him, she break down and cry. Ghetto child, facing the heat. The streets, they praised you, but where did they take you? Another mile, chasing relief. Will you get a breakthrough before they make you? Just another ghetto child, living died in the streets. A ghetto child, ghetto story. Just another ghetto child.
Y'all sound off. Let us know where you're from in the comments. Y'all from Tuscaloosa? Y'all sound off. Go ahead and share us out. Share us on your timeline. Share us to your groups. Share us wherever you think people might understand us. People might like us. Share us in your comments. Share us in your messages. Go ahead and share us out. All right, I really want to thank Honey Brown for that submission all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Really one of my favorites of the week. That's why it made the countdown. Like I said, I'm going to turn this over to DJ Clips, and he's going to really try to get us to understand what's going on with BTC and Sharita Gamble in the house. What do we got?
Yo, what's really good, people? Of course, y'all know your main man, DJ Clips, signing on with the lovely, lovely host, Ms. Jessica. What's good? And we have a special guest for us today. Ms. Sharita Gamble, the CEO, the big kahuna, man, of Beautiful Thick Creations. What's really good?
Man, it's a blessing to be here. I want to say thank y'all for having me on the show. It's such an honor. So much has been happening with BTC. We just did a photo shoot last night. We're getting ready for pretty much our fashion show coming up December 15th.
Bring the mic a little closer to you.
So with that being said, it's just a lot going on with the brand itself. I'm just amazed of how much it has done within a year. It will be a year December 15th. So that's why we're celebrating it as not only an anniversary, but as a celebration to beautiful curves and beautiful women embracing their curves. So
most definitely. I know that we did have to shoot the other day, which shout out to all the women that was able to make it. They showed out. It was a good look. Shout out to, what is Jeff last name?
Subtle.
Shout out to Jeff Subtle, man. Y'all go follow him on Facebook and stuff also. Man did a magnificent job, man. He showed a lot of character. He brought a lot of flavor and stuff to it. So with that going on, man, with those girls, do you have any events coming up that I know?
Besides the fashion show, no. Besides for myself, I do have a couple things coming up. I actually will be in my first magazine come January 2019. So shout out to Kiki Edwards. She is a resident of Atlanta, Georgia. So I will be doing a lot of work with her. So yeah, as far as that.
Okay, so we know that you've been doing a lot of things. So for the girls, you've been formatting things, but a lot of stuff up and downs and stuff with it. Tell us, as far as with this, as you being a owner, entrepreneur, and businesswoman, how hard is it out there for independent businesses right now?
It's a test. I would have to say it is a test with me being being in my age range as being 24 years old and very independent. I come from an independent family. So my mom, she's my backbone. So I've been through the struggle. So I know how hard it is coming up as trying to make something like this happen. And it has its ups and downs, but I just keep striving and pushing and keep going forward.
Hey, I hate to interrupt y'all, but they're saying that we probably need to pass the mic around. So Sean, you can just take it out of that stand there, and it won't interrupt the feed at all. You can have to take it out of the holder there, and yeah, that's fine. If you want to put that on the floor, that's fine. But yeah, you guys continue.
Everybody good? All right. So one thing about it is that, you know, with a lot of the stuff we have going on is grassroots. What people don't understand about grassroots is that a large bit of your time is invested, a large bit of the overhead finances are also coming straight about you. A lot of people do not understand and grasp that. So what type of advice would you have for someone trying to build a brand or actually trying to finance the brand?
Network. I would say network with as many people you can. That's what I've been doing so far, and it has helped me out a lot. So as far as that, yeah, network with people. Don't give up. Even if you don't got it, maybe it just ain't the right time to do it. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. Just try to keep going as far as that, because I'm telling you, it is hard trying to finance it yourself, because I'm doing it. Everything that I have done so far has come out of my finance. But I know it's going to a great cause, so that's why I keep going forward towards it.
See, one thing about it is that a lot of times it's hard for people to grasp the concept of when you having a dream to pursue it, especially when everyone else is like, why are you still doing this? They see the rough times but don't see what's actually being developed within that. And a lot of people are kind of skeptical about supporting certain things until they get to a point where, you know, they support is still thankful for it, but you have put in so much groundwork with it to the point where you like, where was it when I actually needed it? Where was it when I was in the building stages? You know, it's hard not to have a bitter aspect to it, but you have to think about it like it's all business. It's all a collective brand. So with your brand, what inspired your brand?
I would have to say my family. Yes, my family had my mother and my aunts and my grandmother. They are all an inspiration to Beautiful Thick Creation. So with that being said, my whole family is pretty much, we have a trademark, which is our hips, thighs. We all big boned, as of what they say. So I just know how hard it is when my mom they had this exercising group back in the day, and they would exercise, but at the same time they would lose the weight, but they still had that trademark of thickness. So I always wanted to do something towards that. I always wanted to make women feel like, hey, it's okay if you can't be the size that you really want to be, but embrace the size that you are. So I just pretty much, my inspiration is my grandmother and my mother. They always taught me to always be a leader and not a follower. So I always wanted to do something that would stand out as me. So that's why I really started it.
So like the brand that you're creating is like, the brand that you have created, because you are in some very, very good stages and stuff right now. You have a banging event that's coming up December the 15th. It's going to be at Northport Community Center. It's going to be a wonderful layout. You also are throwing a day party, correct, at Roxy's.
Yes.
Yes.
That they're gonna be something like a different look for me. I never been to a day party, but I know Tuscaloosa don't really too much have them as far as I know, because I haven't been to one up here. So I said, let's just do something different. let's do a day party. It'd be like a meet and greet. You get to meet the models. You get to meet me. You get to meet my host. Just something like that where people can chill, vibe. And I know if you ever been to Tuscaloosa and if you ever been downtown, most of the bars downtown are more like a chill vibe. So Roxy is a #1 chill spot for Tuscaloosa residents. So yeah, I'm very grateful that they let me use their venue.
Yeah, because a lot of places don't really kick it with the day parties, but like they really be like really jumping, especially when we was up like in Georgia, out in Alpharetta area. We went to the Grill, and the Grill had a day party, and it was like DJ was there, like the food was banging. Right. I'm looking like, why are we not doing this? But you see that more popping up and stuff. Like, how many spots have you actually been to that had like day parties accumulated like that?
Now, what is a day? Explain to me what a day party is. I'm lame. I'm old.
It's a party daytime, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty much self-explanatory, but let me break it down. It's just like you having a night event in the day. It's like it's real cool, man. Like the whole layout and stuff was cool. You're pretty much like parlaying, because you know on Sundays it's a relaxed day. Everyone's pretty much kicking it. You know, you're kind of lazy on that day, but a day party is like, look, you're going out, you feel a little vibe, a couple of drinks, like you're getting your day started. Like you're really kicking it to the fullest degree. And with that, like it was just a real cool vibe. You know, it was kind of different for me when I went to a silent party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you never had a silent party?
No.
The headset on.
Yeah, they had the headsets on. And that was real different for me. I'm used to, so he was like, yo, what's going down upstairs? Okay, so I shoot upstairs. I don't hear nothing on the way up there. I'm looking like, so are they waiting for something to start? The DJ equipment mess up? They get up there, everybody got on headphones, wireless headphones, signed them out and all that. I was just like, it was different. It was cool. It's not nothing that I'll be beating down on door to go to, but it was cool and it was something different. So I was all the way with it. So bringing in diversity with whatever we're doing, especially with you in the entertainment business, because that's what it is, the entertainment. You with your models is just something is like, I see the way you interact with them. You truly have a passion for what you do. Yeah. You truly show development in what you do, and you show a lot of time in developing the models that you have with you. All of them love you. They show that. Right. So with this going on, what are some of the ideas that you might have for upcoming events? What is something that you want to do or put together or just want to try?
My next project, I'm thinking about doing a calendar, a curvy girl calendar. So that's going to be my next project that I am working on. And then me and Kiki Edwards, as I spoke about before, are planning on doing a curve health event. Because that's another thing, too. I don't want people to think that I'm promoting unhealthiness. Because it's one thing of being heavy set and another thing of being heavy set and healthy. It's pretty much you can still be the size that you are, but you can be healthy at the same time. So we are putting that together, too. It should be in the summer of next year. That's our plan.
Oh, so good. So that means that I can be March then, right? You're going to put together the calendar. You know what I'm saying? I got a smooth old dog, man, I ain't put on in 6 months. So I'm trying to get up in there. I can't get March. No. Okay, well, I'm going to let that one slide there.
I'm going to fight with the other girls.
I'm going to fight with other girls to do that? Man, look, I don't want no smoke, man.
March is not birthday month.
Okay, girl, you can be
Aries? Pisces? Oh, I thought you had something going. You Aries, that's what I'm talking about. Up high. Oh, so you like a late Aries, though. Yeah.
No, I'm a 14. No,
the 14th? You awful deep in that month, though. I don't know how I feel about this.
Aries.
I don't know. What's the sign to come after Aries? What is it? Taurus? What is it?
I think I want to say, is it a Taurus? I want to say Taurus.
Whatever it is, you closer than that.
No, not.
I'm just saying. Let me pull up the horoscopes. Let me pull up what's going on right here in these zodiacs and see what's going on. Brandon, what you is, man? What's your zodiac?
I'm an Aquarius.
Aquarius? Oh, okay. I can dig that then.
Aquarius.
I see it coming from the forehead, so I understand.
See my light, my inner blue, my blue aura shimmering gold and silver. Now, on that note, we're gonna take a little quick intermission. 3-4 minutes. We're gonna let a song play. Larry Edwards, Song of the Day winner Friday. We're gonna play one. This is not the song of the day. We couldn't find that one for some reason, but we have another one that is just as good. You guys, let us know where you're from in the comments. Go ahead and comment this up if you're an artist and you're here and you're from my normal podcast during the week. Let us know where you're from in the comments and tell us what you are here for. What do you like? Do you want to know about Alabama politics? Are you interested in Miss Sharita Gamble and being a model, being a part of her brand, wanting to know about her fashion? Let us know in the comments. In the meantime, I'm going to play a little bit of this Larry Edwards for you guys for a brief little intermission.
Sweet thing, my heart is dancing on the wall from your loving. Girl, I just can't deny. You got me caught up in your sensual vibe. It's so good to have you in my world. You're mainstream, worth more than a diamond, more valuable than a pearl. Got me back in the game. I thought I was through, and I owe it all to you. Owe it all to you. You got me falling in love with you, baby. You got me falling in love with you, girl. Can't believe I'm at this love thing again. Wanted to fall back, close my heart, and let nobody in. But you came along at a time when I was looking for no one. After all, you showed me I needed someone. But with you, I laid down my guard. No reason to hold up a wall. No, 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 not so far. You came in my life when I needed you the most. Let's pour a glass of love and let's propose a toast. You got me falling in love with you, baby. You got me falling in love. You got me falling in love with you, girl.
All right, Larry Edwards. Now he's from New York. That guy sound like he's from like Alabama somewhere, don't it? Mississippi. Playing that, singing like that, singing that music like that from New York.
Look at this soul in him, man.
He
I
got-
don't know. We might have to see what his birth certificate says.
We got to
I
see.
don't know about this.
We got to see.
I don't
I
know.
told y'all he from Virginia.
Oh, VA. Okay,
Jessica
so
says
now
he's
I
from
can,
Virginia.
Okay, so now I can feel that.
Yeah.
I can feel that.
Okay, you guys go ahead, take it away.
All right, so look at, I know Miss Sharita. One thing about it was, when did you actually just like realize that you wanted to incorporate your brand with clothing? Was it just something that came like a second nature, or like how did that idea come about?
Well, I started, like I said, I started last year. So it started off me doing just a t-shirt, just getting customized t-shirt made. And shout out to Melanie Ray for that. But when I started that, I got into doing just the clothing side. But to be honest, I really didn't want to go into the clothing part of the like the fashion wise and stuff like that, because it's a lot of work. When it comes to that, it's a lot of work. But I started off just with my t-shirt brand, and then it went from there. And then mostly I just put pieces together, as far as styling wise. But I'm leaning more to the designing part, but maybe in the future. No time soon though.
Because I know, especially with doing something like that, I know it could be time consuming, especially with you managing so much at one time. It can become overwhelming, but I done seen you like hold a good standing on whatever you was doing. Even when it became overwhelming, you moved in such a grace that it didn't look like it.
Right.
So that's something you can't teach. That's something that has to be in you. Like, you have to be able to format situations as far as with that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just something that is like out of my mind and stuff with me. I deal with a lot of stuff daily. Sometimes I just be like, yo, look, give me a second, I'm gonna get back to you.
All right.
But you move so gracefully and stuff in it, man. It just makes you wonder, like, man, like she really has this going on.
Right.
So with that aspect, I know that you guys have a certain lineup. I don't want to release the lineup of how the show is going to be. It's going to be very nice. It's going to hit on a couple of points.
Yeah.
You know, you got some very beautiful women that's going to be able to actually walk through and show the brand.
And shout out to all my models, because they are watching.
Oh yeah, they tuned in.
They tuned in, yeah.
And if you tuned in, go ahead and share. Go ahead and share us up. Share us. I can't stress that enough. You want this message. If you are an artist out there that's featured today, or you are one of these models that are going to be featured December 15th, it will behoove you to share this wherever you can. Share. I'm sorry.
Look, what is it called? They call it the shameless. What is it?
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Shameless
yeah.
plug.
So like the main thing is that we've been seeing numerous things that you've been involved in.
Right.
You know, not only events that you are formulating, but other events you are partaking in, and you know, we just see the fact of you growing, like right in front of our eyes and stuff with it. Sometimes it feels as if it's hard to get genuine support here, unless you in certain things. But like, it's people out here who genuinely support.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy when you are in the mix of it and you see it and you like, wow, like it's people that really know about my brand, or it's people that really care about the expansion stuff up. Like, how does that really make you feel when you get run across genuine supporters?
Good. It makes me feel really good. Because like you said, it's hard. Some people don't support, like even in the area we are, you don't get that much support doing what I'm doing because it's so much competition. And I learned that just by this and doing other things too. People in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, I really learned that it's a lot of competition out here. But it is some people out here that does support what I'm doing. And I want to say thank you so much to the people that are supporting me, because it makes you want to keep going. And every time I see somebody in the street and they tell me, oh, I love what you're doing, and you are really getting to the eyes of a lot of women and a lot of people, and that really right there just make me feel good. I always say anything that I'm doing, long as I'm helping a person, long as I get that type of feedback, then I know I done my job. So that's just how it makes me feel.
And that's a remarkable feeling to have. You put so much behind the brand to have that acknowledgement and stuff of your peers or people within your area. It just make you feel like, man, like I'm really doing something. Like this is really pushing. Like this is work that's being brought to life and stuff now.
Right.
Absolutely.
Like it just make you feel some type of way. And I know that, you know, especially with a lot of the stuff that I was involved in, I didn't really see a lot of support at the beginning stage. I don't know if they didn't feel as if I was genuine with it, or if I was staying and actually pushing it as needed. Who would ever know? But as things progressed and went on and seeing the expansion, you know, you started seeing more.
Right.
I wanted to say something there, but I'm gonna keep it to myself. You go ahead about that whole, you know, people not wanting to support, you know, initially, but we're not gonna go there.
Right.
Look, we don't want to get blocked. We're censored. We don't want to get.
We don't want to get.
We don't want the bleeps everywhere.
I will say it, but I'm not.
Don't do it, Charlamagne Jr. Don't do it.
No, you. I know.
But like it's really crazy, because like the fact of seeing your ideas that formulated in your mind to be placed on paper, to be actively made, like physically that you can see your ideas, like how does that really make you feel, like to just see your ideas come to life in such a manner as that?
It made me feel like I done accomplished something every time that happens. My thing is I go hard every time.
True.
When I get that vision, it gotta be that vision, and that's just me. If it ain't done right, I'm not gonna do it. If it ain't how I want it, I'm not gonna do it. That's
Absolutely.
just me.
Yeah.
But I try to put my all in anything that I do, whether it's modeling or the business, the brand, or even me. I'm a student. I'm a college student, and I will be graduating this year, thank the Lord. And I would try to put,
Congrats.
thank you. I try to put my all in that as well. So what I'm saying is, anything that I do, I try to put my all in it. That's just me.
Because like but that would separate you though. That would separate you from just, sad to say, regular people.
Yeah.
You know, so like everyone doesn't have that ambition or that dedication or have that mindset to be like, regardless of how many no's you give me, the yes is going to mean more. The no's build you. The yes pursues it. Like, that's how I always felt the stuff about it. You know, everybody's not going to believe in your dream, but it's not for them to believe in your dream. It's for you to believe in it.
Right.
You know, it's hard to make dreams reality, but when it comes that, you living in your dream.
Right.
How did you get started? How did you say, this is what I'm going to do? What's my next step? What was the next step?
So one of my friends had started a lingerie line last year in September.
In town?
She's from I can't remember. I don't want to say wrong, but her name is Sharita, and she started a lingerie line. And what we did, she asked me. She said she needed a plus size, curvy model, and I didn't know nothing about modeling. I really didn't. So when she asked me, normally people would, like a normal person that never done this would have said, no, I don't think that's something I would do. But me being me, I told her, okay, yeah, I can step out of the box a little bit. I've been wanting to do that, so let's try it. So when I did my first photo shoot with her, I was nervous. I am working with other models that's been doing this, and I'm just nervous. And I'm not gonna lie, I did get a little discouraged because I'm like, I can't do this. This ain't, because I felt like the photographer was more into that experienced model than me, pretty much, because I'm just like a new person just doing this. So when I saw those pictures and the results of that what made me wanted to do more modeling. But I said, I just don't want to do modeling. I wanted to put something behind it. So I came up with this idea of what are the issues that I'm dealing with? What are the issues everyday women dealing with? And I was like, of course, size. And not like now times most men used to, well, not now time, but back then they used to uppraise the petite, and like they wanted the skinny. Yes, they did. They wanted the skinny.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing.
They was into the skinny and the petite and stuff like that. Okay. But I said, okay, let's do something. It's time to bring these curvy women out. It's time to make a stand. It's time to take it back, So
now, can I ask you a question? Do you still get even in the curve? I hate to even say curvy model industry because it's just the model industry, correct?
Yeah, it's really just, yeah.
So even in the industry, do you still, even with your own brand, your own models, your own shows, do you still get that discrimination sometimes? No. It started, yeah, I did get a little discrimination. Mm-hmm. But no. And nobody don't know that. I never told nobody that, but no. Now, no. I get more of the fact that I done heard somebody say, well, now the petite trying to be plus. Yeah. I hear all the time that, oh, girl, I need to get a booty just like you, or I need a booty. I need you to give me some of what you got. What you doing? Everybody need a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
So, I was like, no, at first, yeah. But now, no. I get more uppraise about it than in a little bit. So, yeah.
I always thought that the curve of what was going on, like, I could have that washboard. Like,
oh, wow.
I'm a Southerner to the heart, so like we love the curves, we love the whole aspect of a full-figure woman. You know what I'm saying? So like, I that's what I always been on. Everybody I kicked it with was on the same thing, so we were just like, I don't know what they talking about. No discrimination against the skinny ones.
No, and that's another thing. No discrimination against the skinniness. No, it's just that I just want to make that clear. But it's just that you nowadays. Like plus size women back then did not get that praise, did not get that look upon them as what they do now.
Because the whole model industry was like up and down.
Yeah,
like that's what it was. Like they wanted the tall figures. They
wanted to see that Tyra Banks.
Yeah, even with Tyra Banks though, she added a little bit more curve.
She has. She really has.
Tyra had to accept that because she had no other choice. Like she tried to be skinny Tyra, skinny little Tyra, but then after anorexia and starving herself and damn near dying, like she wrote a book. She told her story. Like she had to just accept herself. At a certain point. I think that's a very important lesson, a very important point to make. Then we're forgetting the fact that she had the sexiest forehead in model history. Sexiest forehead, big ass
forehead in model history.
Big ass biggest fart and the sexiest fart.
Hey, power to Tyra, because on life I watched her. She was
mean with it.
She was mean with that walk. I promise you, when she walked, baby, she owned that runway.
She did, and she does a good job on America's Got Talent now. A better job than Nick did, but I think it was because people love looking at a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I mean, let's call it space.
Yeah, she's very much so easy on the eye, you know. So,
all right, with that, we're gonna take another quick break. If you're in here, let us do us a favor. We're going to another topic pretty soon. We're gonna start talking about a little bit of Walt Maddox. Who's heard of him? Who's from Alabama? Who's heard of Walt Maddox? What? Put in the comments what you have heard about Walt Maddox. What's your most memorable impression of Walt Maddox? Why would you vote for him? Tell us in the comments. If you're from Alabama, if you're not from Alabama, and you have not heard of Walt Maddox, he is running for governor, Democratic candidate for governor in Alabama. In 2011, we had a horrendous tornado. Tore Tuscaloosa up, went all the way through Anniston, just tore Alabama up, like gutted it completely down the middle. After that, Walt Maddox and his team led a historic response effort, to my understanding. And me living in Tuscaloosa, not my understanding, my knowing. You look at Tuscaloosa now and what happened and I'm a combat war veteran. I've seen 500,000-pound bombs dropping and level cities, and it looked like that when that tornado came through here. From that to where we are now is night and day. It's a tremendous effort that he has done. He has a lot of support in the black community here in Tuscaloosa. Now we are going to talk about some more things. I think Jessica has got some good research. She's going to let us know some more things about him a little bit later on. We're going to ask Sharita what she thinks. She's a Tuscaloosa native. We're getting a little political here. Now, after that, we're going to talk about this Kanye thing.
That's your boy, Kanye. That's your man.
The continued saga of the second coming of Jesus Christ. Kanye himself. The manifest in the flesh. His Imperial Majesty Kanye. We'll be talking about that and more. Go ahead and share us up. Comment in the comments. Let us know what we just talked about. I'm going to play a little bit of music. A little intermission real quick. If you're here for Sharita, stick around. Listen to this music. It's really great. She's going to be here for us tonight. I don't know when are you planning on leaving?
Whenever the show
Never.
is.
We got you here. You mess with us, you stuck with us.
This is
I don't know why the fuck these niggas hate me.
Baldini featuring Raza.
Worry about what they be on. Bump your head if you think that you can take me on.
Baldini featuring Raza the Blade featuring Keys Lee. What y'all hating for? This goes out to all my. I'm not even gonna say it. You know who you are. What you hating for?
On our way to this money, baby. We got a show, we got swag. As I sit back and think what life about and how scared you would be if they let the lifers out. I'm more aware and prepared when the lights is out. I just came in here to see what all the hype about. And you hype, of course, but if I tip my sniper off, you dying or you're going on life support. Mics I hurt those, clips I insert those. Catch you on your way to work, book you out of your work clothes. I go berserko, for the Cocoa Puffs. Tell police when they catch me use a set of the older cops. Shit I'm used to. I be switching gears, y'all keeping y'all shit in neutral. You knew what rappers is doo-doo. Now, here's a message to your big homie. If you don't want these niggas dead, bro, then I'ma advise you to keep your chihuahuas away from this red.
I don't know why the fuck these niggas hate me for. I ain't running around worried about what they be on. Bump your head if you think that you can take me on. One shot, turn his brain into filet mignon. Hey.
Well, we just here to get this money, baby. We gon' need one of them bags, though. And on our way to this money, baby, we got a show, we got swag, though.
Welcome to the underworld, show you how I like it live. Knife to your stomach curl, and we with the fighting biz. So mellow, running with the thunder, we the lightning kids. Minnesota Viking, we be striking. Can you Stephen Diggs? You get buried in the cemetery by your relatives. Going to the end of never worry. It's imperative now. You're forever.
Oh, yeah. You know we're not going to play the whole song. We're just going to give you a little piece of it, a little taste. That was Baldini, Raza the Blade, featuring Keys Lee. What you hating for? You didn't get to hear Raza the Blade, I guess, or maybe you did. Now, we want to go into a couple of more deeper subjects with Miss Sharita. We got to hear Tuscaloosa native, Tuscaloosa, Alabama native. If you're here and you're from my normal music show, what I'd like you to do is go ahead and drop those doggone links. Drop your links, man. Blow this live up, man. Comment, share this out. You know what I'm saying? You know how we do it. You know how we get down. We're trying to get to at least 150 shares. All your music groups, all your groups where you think they would like some content like this. Go ahead and share us out, man. We're gonna have this on YouTube tomorrow, and you'll be able to share it to all your groups that your sub YouTube groups, all that good stuff. For right now, we're going to turn it back into the hands of Ms. Jessica, and she's going to be leading a discussion. What do you got for us, Jessica?
Okay, we're talking about Walt Maddox. Walt is running for governor. Walt is a Tuscaloosa. For Tuscaloosa, he's currently the mayor. And can you hear me?
We can now. Go ahead.
And we're just talking about him and all the great things he's been doing in Tuscaloosa over the last few years and what he can bring to the state. I think he's a great candidate. I mean, definitely the lesser of two evils. It's Kay Ivey. But, I think he's, I don't know him, but I know our sons went to school together. So, I mean, he took the time to come to all the stuff. And, I think he's just a great guy. So I'm all for Walt. I just hope y'all vote Tuesday for Walt Maddox.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. What time is the polls open?
It's open 7 to 7.
7 to 7. Yeah, 7 to 7. They tried to play this thing a couple of years ago where if you were not in that particular voting, what do they call them? Voting stations.
What, the zones?
Something like that.
If you're zoned for that particular area, you have to go to that particular thing. And if you've moved, then you have to wait a year, this kind of thing. Do not listen to that. You can register right there at the polls. You can change your address. They have change your address forms there. If they don't, that's not a good polling place. I'm telling you right now, that's not a good voting place. They should have all of that available for you there. Make sure you vote. It doesn't matter who you vote for, whether you're Republican, Democrat. The important thing is to vote. The biggest voting bloc in America is the group that doesn't vote. There are 150 million Americans. 66 million voted for Hillary. 64 million voted for Trump. So that's roughly 100, damn near 200 million that didn't vote. So that's the biggest voting bloc in America. So make sure you're not one of those people. Now, talking about Walt again. Has he ever reached out to the black community? I'm asking. I really don't know. Has he ever? Now I've seen him do, press conferences. I've seen him do live shows a lot more now. Since lives are becoming popular. Has anyone seen him go to a black church? Seen him go to one of these functions and shake hands and kiss black babies? Like, is that something that?
I don't think it was that blatant, but I've seen him do stuff. At least on his Facebook page and stuff, and I've seen him go do stuff. And he always has a lot of black supporters. So.
Now, I know I've seen him interact directly with Erica Grant. I know that she is part of the educational system as far as with that. I think she's a city council representative or something like that. I'm so sorry. Erica, I didn't mean to discredit anything he was doing. I just forgot what the title was. But I done seen him actually at her groundbreaking ceremonies and various things and stuff like that. With Maddox, I feel like he can bring something refreshing to it. I know we had a couple of posters referring to the lottery that they was trying to bring to the state, which I think is a wonderful idea. And I feel like with the state of Alabama in its entirety is just too far behind with things. There's so many different various advancements that we have just been looking over that we can actually utilize to bring more of contribution to the schools, to the communities, creating jobs. It's various things that could be done and stuff with this. And I feel like we just been dragging our feet with it. For the most part. What you think, Sharita?
I'm not a politics person, but I will agree with that. Alabama always the state that I always get left behind when it comes to new things. So I don't know much about Walt Maddox, but I have heard some good things about him as far as the black community. As she said, he does support the black community. So yeah, I'm all for a person that's want to do the right thing, especially for our people. So yes, he does a lot.
Now here's my question. Do you think that he's just doing this to get in office, to get elected governor? Now I know for a fact he did a great response for this tornado thing. I know for a fact that Harvard, I think it's Harvard disaster response team has actually made him chair of the Department for Disaster Response for the entire United States. Wow. So he is he teaches seminars on how to because of how well his response was. So we know that he can lead in times of an emergency. We know that he has the chops to do that. But politically, Tuscaloosa, where it stands now, the crime rate is pretty much the same it's been. The Alberta takeover, UA expanding, wanting to buy out the east side, wanting to buy out the west side. These are decisions that he's making too. So are we taking that into consideration?
I'm not gonna say he black power, But I'm saying, he's the lesser of the two evils. I mean, Kay Ivey, she don't care nothing about it.
Yeah, fuck Kay. Yeah, fuck Kay Ivey. I hope she watches this. Like, fuck you with that gun that you had in that commercial.
Yeah, she ain't trying to hear that.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't offend you.
But like it's the truth though, because like it's so many various things that could be helping develop the communities. Because they want to talk about crime. Crime is in the communities where it festers the most. Yeah. Crime is only created when you have these type of situations where it can grow in. You know what I'm saying? So like one of the main things is that trying to bring in those factors, trying to bring in the fact of more jobs, because most of the time they are drug peddling because there are no jobs that would accept them. Yeah. Or the jobs that will accept them are so low paying that what are you going to do with that? How can you be a father and hold together a house and do utilities and rent and all that, making $775? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's various things that can take place with this. We have so many politicians that want to come in and kind of like dance around with us, but what are you truly doing once you get in office? What is the longevity of the work that you're doing? Yeah. You know, so those are the things that I look into. Like, he can dance around and kiss babies and all that, pass out candy. He can be the most wonderful aspect that you can think about. Yeah. But the true matter states is that, what is he doing once he becomes in power? Like, I would give anyone the benefit It went to Demopolis?
Okay, we're back. We're so sorry about that, guys. We're so sorry about that, guys. We're back.
You gotta pay for the crackers and wine.
Make sure that mic over there is on, because I can't hear. There's no fire coming through it for some reason. Make sure it's turned on.
Yeah, it's on.
Flip it up instead of down. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we got fire back, guys.
I think I did.
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. No, it was. I don't know what. I got crappy equipment here.
Can you hear me now? We back?
We're back.
Okay,
We're back. Mr. Martino, all the way from Brazil, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Martino, for being here. Brazing Glenn, all the way from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Thank you so much for being here. You guys go ahead and share us back out. Our sound is back. If you're a musician here, go ahead and drop your links in the comments. Go ahead and get this live jumping. Go ahead and share us up. Go ahead and smash that wow button. I'm going to get to another song and wipe my forehead because I'm sweating. Got this hot-ass jacket on.
Now, that's that Heineken coming out.
This Heineken coming out.
That's that Heineken.
We're finna play a song just to get y'all crowd down. Y'all calm the fuck down. Y'all calm down. Sharita Gamble is in the house. DJ Clips is in the house.
Doof.
Jessica Scrivener is in the house. We're gonna play this Serious by Honey Brown while I go get another beer. You guys keep it locked.
Special gift with no holiday at all. Kinda like hitting the lotto when your lucky numbers fall. Never in a million years did you bet that you would find someone to bring you something like a love as good as mine. 'Cause it's so intoxicating, make you feel like it's why you've been waiting. Don't be afraid, it won't hurt you, but it's gonna hurt so good. Slowly drive you crazy. Sweet and just soft, no, got you in deeper. My love is serious. Take it on, you gotta hold on you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Serious, baby. Serious. I know you don't understand why it keeps you up at night. You never imagined something could have you jumping on sight. See, I know some don't believe in the power of this thing, but it can get so crucial when the ecstasy remains. 'Cause it's so intoxicating, make you feel like it's why you've been waiting. Baby, don't be afraid. But it's gonna hurt so good. Slowly drive you crazy. Sweet and just soft to me, I got you. Baby, my love is serious. Taking over you. Gotta hold on you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Baby. Maybe in another life, or maybe in a little while, you will figure out what this is all about. Hey, in the meanwhile, just relax, boy, it's cool, let it love you. Sweet soft to me, I got you. Baby, my love is serious. Taking over.
That's that Honey Anderson, Serious, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. Her manager is Will Smith. He's probably not in this live. If he was, we'd be like 40 viewers right now. He is that good a promoter. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over to Jessica. We had a little sound difficulties earlier, but she wanted to make a final point about Walt Maddox, and then we're going to move into a little bit of Kanye discussion. Kanye. And then, go ahead, Jessica, I'm sorry.
Can't nobody do the things I do.
Yeah, I wanted to mention him wanting to expand Medicaid. Because, previously we voted against it. And so thousands, if not millions, of Alabamians don't have health care. And specifically, I don't know if y'all heard about the Stillman student that died last week.
Yeah.
I did.
He had asthma, and he did not have health care.
Wow.
So he did not want to go to the emergency room. And then he died.
Wow.
So, it's healthcare is a big thing, and people don't realize it. And they think I can just go to the emergency room. But that's expensive, and that's bills on bills on bills that you don't want.
Yeah, now here's my question about healthcare now I'm a veteran. I have never dealt with private health insurance. I've always had, the VA. Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to health insurance, and he's saying I'm voting against, I'm for expanding Medicaid, expanding Medicare, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Does that mean that more money will go into it directly? Because to my understanding, the government, the federal government decides what funds are allocated to that particular state. So him saying he wants to expand it, does that mean he wants to?
We'll get more federal money, but Alabama has to pay some money out.
Alabama has to pay more money out to do that.
Pennies on the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
So it needs to be expanded. Because right now,
turn the mic around to him.
For you to qualify for Medicaid, you literally have to make $0.00. Well, it's like $170 as a single person with no children. $170.
Mm-hmm.
Even with kids, your kids will get it, but you're not gonna get it.
Mm.
It's ridiculous. I mean, we need healthcare. People belittle the importance of healthcare today.
Yeah,
it's essential. There's people out here dying.
Yeah,
like that's a definite issue, because now you know if all with your taxes and stuff, you get penalized for not having that.
Yeah.
So like the thing is, like, a lot of people finances are so limited that they try to place it toward other things, and like it's just rough. Now I think that expansion of healthcare would definitely make a difference. I think that more people will be able to benefit and stuff from it. I do. And as far as saying the percentage that it was to pay, I feel like it's worth it. Your health, your life is worth more than anything that you can ever invest in.
Now, are you guys for the Democratic ideal? And I've heard this thrown around a lot, and they throw these labels and these terms on it: socialist, social democrat, but Medicare for all, lotteries, paying for community colleges, that kind of thing. Are those things that you guys are for?
I'm 100%. Yeah. I mean, yeah, why not?
Yeah, and Walt is for the lottery as well, for that specific purpose, to fund the educational system in Alabama, correct?
See, my whole thing was like, why hasn't this been going on?
Yeah.
Like, we have become so far and caught up in some of the most mundane and prehistoric thoughts, because we've been having people that's been in these positions for 1,000,000 years.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
get that shit up.
Yeah.
Well, you got the Bible toters out there who say it's against the Bible, which it ain't. But that's what they say, and that's what they use to keep it out for so long. But other states around us are doing it, and it's profitable. Tennessee is paying for adults. I think you have to be like 21 and older for 2 years community college, free on the state. That's not no grants. That's just free. All you gotta do is apply. So,
being a college student, it's a lot of college students that don't apply just because they don't have the financial aid, or they can't get the grant or anything like that. I mean, I have a couple friends that really want to go to college, but due to their financial situation, they can't. So it's a lot of, I agree with you, it's a lot of things that need to be done, because, I mean, maybe it's a lot that's going on around us due to issues that could have been solved. So what I mean is kids on the streets, and the crime rates, and like being a mother, just saying women having babies, and like I said, it's just so much that can be done to help. Because I know a couple of my friends can't go to school because they can't find a babysitter, and they can't afford a babysitter, or it's a lot of stuff that can be done towards that.
You wait for 4 years, but you can go to Shelton and get you a trade and go into your life. Yeah.
And that's what I did. I'm a alumni of Shelton State. I graduated in Shelton in 2015. I got my associate's degree, and that's one thing I was telling another person that the other day. They asked me how did I do it. I told them, go to a community college. You won't regret it, because I never regret it. It helps me a lot. Like you said, get that trade. and I got all my bases out the way, and then I transfer to UA. It saved me a lot of money. Yeah, I'm still putting out money at UA, but it saved me a whole lot of money though. It saved me 4 years. I'll say that.
So for y'all out there listening, do not say no to community college. If you're thinking about going to community college, chances are you need to go ahead and go. I made the same mistake years ago. I'll go, and then, I've gone and I messed up, so I won't go back. Go to another one, or go to the same one. It really doesn't matter. They're gonna take your money regardless. But definitely always look for something to build on yourself, to make yourself more knowledgeable, to make yourself more marketable. There's nothing wrong with it. I want to transition over into another discussion now. You guys already know what I'm going to talk about. So, Kanye's come out recently and said, I've been used. I'm not going to participate in politics anymore. I'm going to stick to, music and being creative. And I've been used. And he came out and clarified he was specifically talking about the Candace Owens situation. He wanted to clarify that he was not talking about Trump in this situation. He's specifically talking about where Candace Owens and this right-wing organization were using his name, his logo, his information as part of an advertising campaign. He specifically came out on Twitter and said, this is what I'm talking about. They didn't ask me. They didn't say anything about this. Next thing I know, Candace Owens, I made her popular. I made her hot. And all of a sudden, this is how she does me. This is how she uses me. I'm disassociating myself with her. I don't want to be used like this again. He was not talking about his White House visit with the president. Excuse that, Heinekenberg. He was not talking about. Now, I want to make clear that I'm not a fan of the White House visit. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of a lot of things that Kanye is doing right now. But I do want to say that he is playing a masterful game of chess, and mere mortals could not understand the level of
his damn self.
The level of intelligence and brilliance, excellence that he is displaying right now. What do you guys think about his comments? Sound off in the comments. We're going to have a discussion about it now.
Get out of here with Kanye.
Like, Kanye has got to be like, I don't know what's going on with him, man, but he got to be one of the most undecisive individuals I ever met. He's always, it's like it's not my fault. I was this. He don't want to actually own up to what he's doing. You created these situations. No one told you to jump into no politics. You jumped into those politics, and now the water got hot. You want to jump out? No, sit your ass up in there and cook for a minute. Sit in there and cook for a minute. That wasn't something that you had expertise in anyway. Why'd you even pursuing this? He's playing a wonderful game of chess. He played his damn self by going over there and pursuing it as long as he had, with the inability that he had and him not being knowledgeable about anything that he was speaking about. He was speaking out of raw emotion and on a controversial step. That's ignorance to the highest degree. Now, as far as his art form, he's going to always be a masterful producer. He's wonderful at what he do. Politics is not his thing. He made a complete and utter ass out of himself by jumping into that and pursuing it as long as he have. Now that stuff done got hot, a lot of things are not working out in the favor that he pretty much wanted at first. Now he want to jump out, I was being used, or no, this ain't the situation I want to be involved in, or I don't know why I ended up like this. Quit the shenanigans, man.
What do you think, Ms. Gamble? Let's get a sane person in the room. Let's get somebody with some common sense in the conversation. What do you think, Ms. Gamble? What's your take?
My take is like any other person's take. I mean, hey, he did this to himself. I mean, like they said, own up. And I never been. I'm sorry. And if I get haters on this, oh well. But I never been a fan of Kanye anyway.
What? That's blasphemy.
I never been a fan
Look,
of
Brandy,
Kanye.
it's blasphemy.
Did she just say that?
I'm sorry. Yes, I did.
That's blasphemous. That is blasphemous.
Eyes, guys.
I never been a fan of him.
That is sacrilege.
No.
Oh my God.
If you tell me to choose between Jay-Z and Kanye, I would go with Jay-Z.
But see, that's different. That's different. That's different. That's
Right.
different. That's different. That's
Right.
different. That's different. But I'm a fan of Kanye the musician. I'm also a fan of Kanye the person, and I understand what he is doing. This whole game. Look how ashy my fucking knuckles are. Wow.
Oh, wow.
You see?
You might well just lick your knuckles. Shit, forget it. Use some of the water off that beer bottle.
Anyway, I understand what he is doing. I understand that it takes a genius mind, a brilliant mind, to think up and plot the way that he is doing. He's going to end up being, the most revered musician, maybe even politician in American history. Like, you think about it. Who is the best producer in American history? You're going to say Francis Scott Copeland. You're going to say this guy who wrote all these movie scores for these actors back in the 20s, and who wrote these, brilliant pieces of classical music, which is great. But what has he done for me lately? You're gonna think of what's the guy's name who wrote those songs back in the 20s? He lived in France, but he was from America. All these movie scores that he did, all these great productions that he did.
You actually
Never fully dressed without a smile. That guy. I can't think of his name right now.
You totally is over my head on this.
But I'm a musician. I am a music theory nerd. I get it. But when it comes to music, Kanye has really pushed the envelope for American art. Like the way he uses samples, the way he uses his voice sonically. Even when you hate him, you're still talking about him.
I would say he's very creative.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. I give that to him. He's very creative when it comes to his music.
But you're just not a fan.
I'm just not a fan.
But you know who he is.
I know who he is. I know who he is. Yes, I do.
Do you know he's running for president?
He's not running for president.
What? He's gonna win. Me and Dave Chappelle are voting Kanye in. Anyway, go ahead with. What do you guys think about his whole release from politics? His whole, I don't want to have anything to do with politics anymore.
Good.
Stick to the music.
Yeah, like I wasn't really a big fan of him in the politics era. Like
to the music.
I was just like, okay, I'm thinking he's gonna just like say his piece and then just go ahead. But when he continuously was doing it, and like you going to meetings, like you going to meetings with Trump, like you had athletes.
Yeah,
down.
but he's also going to meetings with A$AP Rocky and T.I. and Nas and the president of Uganda and the president of Ethiopia and Mos Def. Who lives in Africa now because America kicked him out for his whole protest against
America
Guantanamo Bay.
Mos Def out.
Mos Def got banned from coming back.
His paperwork kicked him out because he was signing up for the of the Morris shit.
But he still would not have, even if he had not made that video about being force fed at Guantanamo Bay, about how they force feed prisoners in Guantanamo Bay, they would have never messed with him. They hadn't been messing with him. You know what I'm saying? But he brought light into that issue. And it's people like that they'll vilify. They'll make a villain. They'll turn into this evil person that are actually trying to make a difference. Who are actually I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So we were talking about when Kanye was meeting up with these people, but what about the acts that the people was already involved in before Kanye visited?
Exactly. He's trying to associate himself with the people that are going to make change because he wants to make that change, and he's going to do it in a way that nobody's going to expect.
So the platform that he's been had. So why now you want to do it?
You don't want to know why? Because he's going fucking crazy. And the craziest people make the best sense. Look at Sigmund Freud. Look at Nietzsche. Look at Van Gogh. Look at Picasso. All these people. Insane. Like literally eating horses. Nietzsche ate a horse the day they admitted him to the insane asylum. He saw his master beating his horse, and he said, well, that's inhumane. I'd rather, him die and I eat him than you whip him. And he just killed him and ate him raw right there in the street. But this is the guy.
So hungry I can eat a horse.
But this guy philosophically is one of the best philosophers of all time. Most of the.
But like that's in American history.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the best philosophers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Of course, like that's another
podcast.
Okay, that's another segment. Okay, that's another segment. Okay. You know, so all right, I got you on this one.
Okay, I'm just saying, don't count Kanye out. I make a lot of jokes about him being Jesus Christ, him being, the next coming of Ja Rastafari.
Ah, man, oh God. Somebody hit the buzzer on him, man.
But I really think that he has the influence and the cachet in the community, and the way he's playing the masses, the way he's playing the game right now, I'm really a fan of it. We're going to get to another song really quickly. I don't know. You guys let me know if my live is chopping up. My stream says that it's weakening a little bit, but I'm watching it. It looks fine. We're going to get into some more music, maybe play 2 or 3 back-to-back, then get into some more discussion. If my live is chopping up, let me know. If not, we're going to keep it rolling. We're going to get into our last little bit of discussion, and then we're just going to go free reign. Right now, we're going to play a little bit of music. DJ Clips, do you have anything that you want to let people know? Jessica, Sharita, anything before we go to this next song? I know you guys are promoting the BTC fashion show December 16th or 15th?
15th.
December 15th.
Yeah.
All right. We definitely want to promote that. Do you guys have anything else to say before I get into the next song?
Yeah, get your tickets for the show. Most definitely, they're $10 right now. So save you $5 from getting to the door paying $15. So if you need a way to know how to get your tickets, we have Cash Out. We meet in person. Also, our models will sell tickets. So yeah, just get your tickets and come out and support us.
Get your tickets now.
So I got to be a whole DJ, right? And the biggest event, man, of the year. Right here, man, the beautiful Thick Creations, Miss Sharita Gamble. We're going to be at the Northport Community Center December the 15th. We're going to be in the building. Some of the most beautiful women you can see with some of the most gorgeous curves that you can put your eyes on. Tickets are $10 in advance, $15 at the door. We will have vendors on site and some nice refreshments for you, man. Don't be scared, baby. We'll see you there. Day party, Sunday.
You heard
16th.
You heard it here.
Roxy's.
You're going to listen to a little RC International right now, all the way from New Orleans, Louisiana.
I got my friends in the fam. I rather them than $1 million followers. Mama woke me in the late night. Breaking news, boy, your cousin died. Fuck a rolling, fuck a Audemars. You never know when it'll be your time. Talked to Bucky just the other day. Had to make a way out of no way. The realest shit never televised. The ultimatum is to visualize. My occupation wasn't homicide. I left that to the tougher guys. Young money / jet life. Symbolized, no till I die. I put that yak in the quarter panel. You type in the caption, I'm taking action. My verse is better than satisfactory. I want a bag here, gotta have it. Money is power without a creator. Us niggas wouldn't live to talk about it. Shout out to Boogie Montana. I got them peas in the plastic. If it get drastic, grab the mascara stilettos. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. I got the question, I got the answer. Shout out to Allen, they talking about practice. Cry when you die cause they took you for granted. The weed get imported, plug and plain dynamic. Rainy day funds right under the mattress. No, I'm a savage, the baby is savage. Know how I'm coming correct. Shout out to Ye, never lose respect, never lose your mind. I'm only in a second place when that pussy ever cougar. Gotta keep it moving. Never going broke like I'm Jewish. Don't make me put this congruent BBC all up in your dames, can't do it. Eddie Griffin never been foolish. I maneuver through the bull manure. Uncle Larry, we connoisseur. I hurt your feelings, you're so self-centered. Tell me how you think a pussy feel. Real people know I keep it real. And that goal of trying to duck the field. Young dope nigga, fuck a deal. You won't beef or want a happy meal. You hating like you get paid for it. You ain't Joe Budden, you ain't Charlamagne, you ain't Wendy Williams, not a public figure. My team behind me, that's a hidden figure. Aggravated, you're a misdemeanor. Life a bitch, mine showing cleavage. Top down, bro, shit in season. I'm shit is shy, curving women, same women, curving. Fuck it, I'm a petty nigga. Tape dropping, hope you ready, nigga. Mine a weapon, yeah, it's deadly, nigga. Smoking weed, running red lights like you DMX off a belly, nigga. If you was God, you wouldn't have mercy. Thank God you ain't God, nigga. There ain't a rest in peace, girl, we miss you.
All right. That was Delana by RC International. I had him on my show Friday, man. You got to want to go check that out. I had some really hot music on that show. Some really encouraged artists. It reached, I think it's at 2,500 views now, and it wasn't me. You trust me, it wasn't my ugly face. It was the musicians that were on there, bro. People were really tuning into that. You might want to go check that out. I had him on there the first 15 minutes doing the interview. He had some really good music. Brand new artist. He did a 7.5-year bid. I don't know what for. He didn't go into detail about it on the interview. But you can tell he been writing them fucking lyrics in jail. He be going in, and you know that's the best shit. When you've been locked up, and all you got time to do is write. But anyway, let's get into the next topic here. What is the next topic, guys? What were we talking about?
What was it? Economic build in Birmingham or something like
Yes,
that?
economic building in Birmingham.
To Dwayne Butler, I don't need these paragraphs in this comment because anybody finna read that.
Well, Dwayne Butler. Who is Dwayne Butler in the comments? Let's find out.
That's my cousin.
Oh, that's your cousin in the comments. Yeah. He's spamming you in the comments. Okay, all right.
Whole paragraph.
Well, we can get to it in a little later on. At first, we're going to talk about these economic advancements in Birmingham. Now, what I've noticed a lot is, now I always knew that Birmingham was in Alabama the hub musically. You know, people when they come do shows, they want to come do them at the Boutwell. They want to come do them at the what's the other big venue there? The BJCC. Now, what I've noticed is an influx of these concerts. Like, I knew that we got some concerts, but I've been seeing like a lot of them lately. Like, they've been filling Birmingham up like almost every weekend with Faith Evans, Mary J. Blige, you name it. And some of these are even trickling down to the amphitheater here in Tuscaloosa. What do you think is the cause of that? Now, you know we got this new mayor up there. Make me remember his name. Black guy, young guy.
Yeah, you asking the wrong one. Google.
We're gonna Google his name and find out. Now, I remember when Randall Woodfin. Yes, absolutely, Randall Woodfin. Now, he has been mayor there for the majority of this year. He's done a really great job. As far to my understanding, the only issue people have had with him is that he sided with some mega church, some super church up in Birmingham, the Church of the Highlands, absolutely. That he sided with them on some kind of debate that was going on. Now, I'm going to check my camera here because sometimes it does do bullshit. Man, we're having tech difficulties out the ass tonight. Because now it's saying, well, it's not saying that my camera is off. No, there we are. It was just going slow. Can you guys check the stream for me? If the stream is fine, let me know in the comments. But what were we talking about? I'm sorry.
Mr. Randall?
Yeah, Randall Woodfin. We were talking about the economic boom in Birmingham. We're getting a NBA team in Birmingham, an NBA developmental team, but still an NBA team. All the great stuff that is happening in Birmingham. Do you think it has a lot to do with the new mayor? Do you think it's just Alabama's time?
It could be both. But most definitely, he's doing a lot of stuff in the short period he's been there. Also, Amazon is coming.
Yeah,
that's a
absolutely.
big thing. Good jobs. So, like, he's doing good stuff.
And now, do you think the other mayor that was there before? Now I know that he had made some moves, but Birmingham had really become stagnant. Walmart in Fairfield closed down, which is really the only income generator in Fairfield. That Walmart, that big complex there, it closed down. The police department in Fairfield is having to abdicate responsibility over to the Greater Birmingham area's police department. They don't have money to pay the police officers. They don't have money to pay their postal workers. But they were their own city. Now they're going to have
merging it.
Yeah, they're going to have to annex them because Fairfield has run out of money. They have mismanaged the city of the community of Fairfield. Now, when they annexed that, Randall Woodfin, who ran his campaign on being the mayor of all 99 districts of Birmingham, he's gonna have 100 then. I really see him as being the future of Alabama politics. Young, insightful, very intelligent, black. and he is a go-getter, man. I really think that when they do annex Fairfield, he'll do a lot for that community. I really think so. Do you guys know a little bit about him?
Like, I haven't had any personal dealings with him, of course, but I've seen a lot of how he's moving within the city, who he's collaborating with, how he is being active within the communities and stuff with it. Like, I love the whole view of it, and it's good for the children to see someone of a like image to him.
Yeah.
So they can see the fact of, these developmental things are going on for the fact of, You know, it could have been previous things that have helped put to this situation, but a lot of things wasn't being pushed until he became involved and stuff in it.
Yeah.
I love how things are going. It's the fact of having a new mind and a younger mind, someone who's thinking more development of the city, on developments in the city and creating jobs. That's the main thing, is creating jobs. Creating jobs, being able to have a place where you can feel safe with your children at. You can build a family there. You can be able to not worry about what's going on from there. Of course, everything is going to have its rough patches, of course that. But I really feel like he genuinely cares about the building and stuff of it. Now, it has been other various things. They was like he wasn't really in tune to certain areas more than others due to developmental standings. Of course, you had the incident where one to say it was someone out of the audience when he was speaking walked him, asked him questions, they escorted him off. I don't know. I had to check the video and stuff out with that. But that's just something like any type of developmental place is going to happen. Like Birmingham is the correct place for it.
And here's the thing, Mayor Kincaid, the mayor before him, Bernard Kincaid, he had been there for a while. I don't know if that was the one that was the previous mayor. The mayor that was before him was the interim mayor that they actually voted in the next time. I can't remember his name, but he had been there for a while and had these same opportunities, but just couldn't close the deals. Like you said, this guy is dynamic, the way he's moving, the way he's networking, and that's the biggest deal. That's the biggest thing. You got these old guys who sit in office for 10, 20 years and they get comfortable with the status quo, and Alabama's never going to progress. Alabama's never going to become a destination. Alabama's never going to become a musical foothold like it should be. We could have movie theaters here, production studios here, but what we lack is the vision from our leaders, and that's why I'm a fan of Randall Woodfin. Hope he runs for governor one day. With that being said, I'm not going to kick my mic anymore. We're not going to stay too much on that. We're going to get to some more Sharita Gamble here and some more about BTC. I'm going to let them take it away while I try to figure out these next 4 or 5 songs. We're going to talk a little bit more about whatever they want to talk about. It's free. It's free reign now. Whatever goes. And I just want to say, Dane Jones, pound Dane Jones, if you haven't already. Killed in a senseless act of, we already know what it is, white supremacist terrorism. Go ahead and pound Dane Jones. Put that in your comments. Put that on your status. Let's let people know his name.
Take Miss Jessica. Now tell me this: what you want to kick to Miss Sharita? Because I've been over here, I've been watching, I've been feeling like what's been really good. What's been on your mind?
Oh, I just been enjoying listening to you talk and hearing all about what you want to do. I've been enjoying it. That was inspirational, especially with you being so young.
Yeah. Being my age, it amazed me too. Does it
get in the way? People knowing how young you are. Excuse me, young you are.
That doesn't get in the way, but other things do. Like I said, I'm a mother, and so with that being said, I do have her as my first priority. So, and then another thing too, like I said, I wasn't gonna speak about it, but I do have a relationship, and sometimes they get in the way too.
Relationship, we wasn't gonna talk about it.
Ooh yeah.
I'm just gonna say it does get in the way, but that's all.
Love. Ding ding.
Loving you.
Watch out now. Give them a sexy chocolate.
Goes you're beautiful.
But like it does, man.
I'm sorry.
Beautiful. And I'm just saying, when it comes to being a model and you do have a significant other, you have to respect them. So that's what I mean by sometimes that does get in the way when it comes to, I'm not trying to catch the eye of somebody single because I already have somebody in my life. So that's what I'm saying. I do things to respect him, but also respect myself. And then, like I tell my models, I do not do anything that will jeopardize their name, my brand name, anything like that. So I keep it 100. So
because that's why you're the boss lady. You know what I'm saying? You handle that. And that's one thing you do have to realize, because it does put a strain on a lot of things, especially with you being involved with so many, or you are in different lights, and it takes a man of a strong mental standing to be able to be like, yo, that's my boo, she doing that, holla at you. You know what I'm saying? It really does, and to have the fact that y'all have that bond and stuff, that's strong, that's special. It means something. And so, like, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out.
Most definitely.
Big shout out to him. So you definitely got that.
Hey,
yo.
I'm thinking for the rest of the music. Let's just talk it out for the next 15 minutes.
So that just means that you don't have it on a. What you? I'm saying I'm not judging.
I'm just
you
saying.
at all.
No,
because he said it's break. That's what I said.
No. Yeah.
15
Usually I
minutes.
will say break, but you know what? We had such a good conversation. We have such a good show. I don't want to leave you guys, lead you guys on for another hour trying to play this music. I will get this music out. The top 50, rest of the top 15. I'm on every fucking day. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna get y'all top 15 show. But this has just been a great conversation. Like I said, I'm gonna let Miss Sharita close us out. DJ Clips, Jessica Scrivener. We're gonna let them close us out and let us know. I've been saying Scrivener
Butchered
for 4 years.
Butchered.
So I say Scrivener now. I'm trying to learn. I'm learning, and I've been drinking.
You've been sipping.
I've been sipping. I've been. Hey, there
Quit
was
the shenanigans.
there was 5 of those gone before y'all even got. No, I'm kidding.
I gotta see evidence. I gotta see evidence of this.
But hey, you guys, you guys have a great night. If you haven't shared this already, make sure you go ahead and share this up. Make sure you like this up. Make sure you go ahead and put this post in people's mouth so they can smell it, so they can feel it, so they can taste it.
I can smell it.
Sharita Gamble, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the beautiful model, entrepreneur, fashion designer. We're gonna let DJ Clips take it away.
Take it away. Oh yeah. So look, I know that we've been discussing a lot of things. We talked about Walmart, of course. We always talked about the political standings and gains of what we have as far as with that. So like, who would you like to see run as far as like a public figure? Like, who would you like to see run or to see stand up in that position and be like, yo, how would you do in this position and make a difference? Like, who would you like to see?
I'm with her on
What?
that. I have no idea.
There's nobody that stands out in the community that I would think,
Right.
oh, they're gonna do a good job. It's nobody that stands out.
And that's the part I was getting to, because we really don't. We be involved in so many various things that when we do have political figures that come in, we try to study them once they get into that position, or once they're trying to stand out in that position. But never once have we been like, yo, who would we support outside of our communities with it? So that's the part that we don't ever think about. And like, we gotta think, if you want to push and promote and get some information behind someone, that person is a stranger. Who is actually active in your community to push it? You see what I'm saying? Like, who actually goes out that just be like, I'm gonna do this. The only person that I know who does it consistently, because it's a lot of people that do it, but the only person I know that does it consistently with the foundation, you have what's my name? Alex Burrell. He has Mind Changers. Then you got with Big Boy Entertainment, they do a lot of stuff for our community base and do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So we have people that we want to think about in political standings that probably could help, or at least bring an idea about the community. They're the ones in the communities. It's just like you trying to teach someone math, but you never took the class. How can you tell me what needs to be helped and developed in the community when you never been out there, or you never been involved with them? You never seen all you see what was on paper, what was presented to you, instead of physically being there or going through and checking it for yourself. You wouldn't buy a car without driving that.
Very true.
So how can you support a community or a district or division without being out there active in it?
So with community activism, I know that you're very, and I just saw TK Perry in the building as well. You guys just did a barbecue not too long ago at Foster's Park, correct? Shout out to TK.
Yeah, TK is gonna be one of the hosts too at the event.
I told him he should call in. He should have done a call in. I don't know if you remember me. We stayed in the same apartment complex years ago. I didn't know he was gonna be a comedian. I know he was funny. But,
Man, and then with TK's event, they had it at Snowhead Park. I came out there as far as showing my support. Him and those guys put that together wonderfully. They had the local news and stuff out there, man. It was nice. The kids enjoyed themselves. It was food for everybody, And shout out to Algie, because he had a whole fit Because, you know, his wings didn't win. But it was some bomb wings, though, out here. It was some bomb wings, bro.
You should have let me taste on them.
Man,
I would have been able to judge that. I couldn't have been there.
Look, I couldn't be a judge because I didn't eat pork, so I couldn't be a judge.
Oh, it was pork? I thought you said chicken wings.
He had chicken, too, though. But you know, they had everything, you know. They was actually cooking at their stations or whatever. But it was a wonderful event, man. Community-based events like that I love to be a part of. They also had... on the 27th at the OW Gurley Center, they had a big event out there that I went out. I took my babies and stuff with me. We went out there. Oh, it went wonderful. It was a good turnout with some vendors and stuff out there. They really did a good job. They put everything. Shout out to Sabrina Glenn and Chris Glenn. They did a wonderful job of putting that together. The OW Gurley Center is also, man, is a large staple in the community that we're not getting enough attention to.
Well, they do.
Like, you put a came out better ask what they don't do. Because they run the daycare there. They also do a lot of development as far as that, teaching about comedic science. And they just do so much various things and stuff that's helping to build a community. And they put a lot of work and time into what they do. And they have a lot of people that are involved that want to see the progression of the community also with that. So everything over there is like the products over there is Hold on, you want to do it now?
Okay. Oh. So I just pretty much want to say thank you for having me on the show. It was an honor to be here to talk about BTC, something that I love. Something that I love to talk about all the time. So just like I said, just make sure you get your tickets now. They are $10. So it's gonna be a great show, and I'm just ready to see what it's gonna do. He said we ain't gonna speak about the lineup, but it's gonna be some real pretty good scenes up in there, and y'all do not want to miss that.
All right,
Miss Jessica, what's good?
Say something, Miss Jessica.
Of course.
Thank y'all.
Man, add some water.
Jessica scribed on, put some water on that. Yeah, make it fluff up like a sponge. You remember them little sponges we?
Oh, well, shout out to my family. They really been in here tonight.
Yes.
Thank you.
Shout out to the family. Shout out to the music fam from all over the world. Brazen and Glen, I really appreciate you being here and sharing us out over there in the St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I know our footprint over there is getting bigger and bigger. And it's all because of you and your great music, your connections. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight and posted something in the comments. You helped whether you realize it or not. Everybody who shared. Really appreciate it. Tune in next week. We're going to have Tommy Somerville all the way from Aliceville, Alabama. He's a local rapper around here tearing it up. Every video it seems like he puts on YouTube or Facebook is 5,000 views that day. He can't be more hotter right now. We're going to have him on. We're going to have a lot of different people on coming up in the next couple months. We're really trying to expand this network and this and the show to where no matter what you do, we can feature you, your story, your voice. Really thank you so much, Miss Sharita Gamble, for being here. You have no idea. You have graced us with your beauty and your presence.
Thank you.
Your aura isn't as blue and shimmery as mine, but that's Martin. He's from Brazil, and he has a song called "The Table," and it is extreme. It didn't make the countdown, Martino, but we definitely will get you in. Thank you, all the musicians who tuned in and listened tonight. You from all over the world listening to Alabama, listen to us Alabamians talk about politics. Like, wow, really appreciate it, man. If you did tune in tonight and we didn't get to your music, I really am sorry about it. Like I said, this turned into a discussion for the ages. Really good show. Really want to thank everybody here. Last thoughts, everybody, before I end this.
And last thoughts, anyone. Well, look.
I thought we did that already.
Yeah, he did. He just said.
I think he was the only one that didn't.
Yeah, this was. Well, y'all left me out. Well, look, man. Love like always, man. I appreciate my lovely, lovely people that's always there with me, man. They make me look good. Miss Sharita, thank you so much, love. I appreciate you for coming out as you always do. You show that wonderful, wonderful energy.